not go well for me. And when I got off stage, she goes, "Well, at least you went up there. At least you tried it." And I was like, great. It's like the participation trophy of words. At least you tried.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah,
she's got to be proud of you. You're like featuring regularly, it seems.
Yeah, featuring, like working with celebrities. Like I'm the manager. Like right now I'm still the assistant manager, but
dude, who was it? Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Tom Green.
Tom Green.
Yeah.
Wait, did you open or were you his feature?
Both.
Okay.
It was just a 2-man
right,
show.
Right.
So I opened the show and
dude,
yeah.
And he was such a sweetheart.
He was great. Oh my God, he was fantastic. If you get a chance, listeners, to see Tom Green live, go do it. He's amazing, and he's a great guy.
Yeah,
a lot of fun to work with.
Dealing with comics as often as we deal with comics, I have honestly lost respect for a lot of people that I thought were like super awesome comics because of the way that they interact with the servers and the bartenders and like, man, like the two people that I've enjoyed the most. Well, okay, the two most famous people that I've met that I have enjoyed, Jay Moore and Tom Green.
Interestingly enough, both of those comedians worked with your co-host when they came to town.
I remember. Yeah.
I got to open for Jay Moore, and I got to work with Tom Green.
Yeah, no, that was so cool. Whenever Jay Moore came,
the first
time, yeah, he came. I was serving at Solid, like it was a Wednesday night, and he came into town early or something like that. And he came over, and Jeremy introduced him to me, and I sat down with Jay Moore and just bullshitted with him for like 30 minutes. We were talking about like paddleboarding and fishing and his kid and like the stuff that I had going on, and he was just like super cool, chopping it up.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
nice guy.
He's a little spacey, but
well, sure.
Yeah,
but he's been in the game 30 years, and he's been, I think, sober for a while.
Yeah,
he was having issues there, so I mean that'll mess with your,
for sure.
And nobody gets into comedy because they're a well-adjusted person. Let's be honest. Like nobody says I want the spotlight on me right now because they're secure or whatever the case may be. We've all got something slightly wrong with us, I think.
I think that's a general characteristics of human beings. Not necessarily comics.
Sure, but I mean, comics are not like regular people, quote unquote, regular people. They'll go, "Oh, I can never get up on stage. I can never do that." And I'm like, I can, because I can. Why not? What else do I have going on?
Have you seen me do stand up at all?
No.
So when I was working the Wednesday, Thursday night, the bartending shift, I started doing some like open mics.
You did?
Yeah. And I had this one, it was like a spiel about this guy that, so my truck broke down. I was Ubering quite a bit.
Right. That sounds like the beginning of a country song, but please continue.
Yeah.
Truck broke down, had to call an Uber.
Yeah. But no, it was right around Tree Fort time. And I hop in and like he's giving me a ride to work, and he's all like, "Oh, where are you working?" And I was like, "Oh, I bartend over at Liquid." And he's like, "Oh, you guys gonna get busy for Tree Fort?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's all like, "You guys should totally do a comedy for it." I was like, we did.
There is one.
They started that 5 years ago.
It's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Totally a thing that happens.
And then it like escalated not escalated. It transitioned to a new conversation with the Uber driver. And he's like, "Yeah, I make real good money doing this." And like, especially like after 2 a.m., all the drunks need rides, and it's just like boom, 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 making money. I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool. Me too." Like, except for between like 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, when all the drunks are like wanting to get their last drinks in. And I said something about how like unless there's that one guy that like you give him one more drink and he turns the corner and he's a total fucking douchebag.
Those are the worst.
And then he wants to fight you, and and then the Uber driver's like, "Oh, really? That happens?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because he didn't get enough attention from his mother." and then somehow like I was like the bartender psychologist. I was like, I'm not a psychologist or anything, but like I get treated like I am as a bartender, and the Uber driver's like, as an Uber driver, I'm a psychologist sometimes too. And that was like the one time I did stand up. That was like the story that I told.
You told it just like that?
No, it was like pretty close that. But
did you get any laughs? Because if I can give you some advice, I would say just tighten it up. It was a little
long. No, you're right. That was my problem. And then because I have a problem. Like I get caught on the words that I'm trying to come out of my mouth because I'm like, wait, is that going to sound right?
Right?
Are they going to understand what I'm saying? But anyways, there was one other. I mean, I got up a handful of times, but the one time that I got the most laughs, I got up on stage, and I sat down on the stage, and I was all like, "You guys like drugs?" And everyone's like kind of laughing at me. I'm like, I used to like drugs a lot, but I don't do drugs anymore. But this one time, I decided that I was going to rail 30 milligrams of Ambien. And I was reading a book. I'm sitting on my bed, Indian style, and I've got like 6 or 7 people on my bed with me, and we're all talking about this book that I'm reading, or that we're reading. And, like out of nowhere, all 6 people just like melt into the bed.
Naturally.
And then I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And then I realized there was never any people there.
Oh, shit.
But I was reading this book, Left Behind. Are you familiar with it?
No.
Well, it's a book about the rapture.
Okay.
The Christian
right,
God
right.
takes... And I was like, oh my God, I'm pretty sure that the rapture just happened right now.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was it was hilarious.
Drugs are bad, kids.
Yeah.
Drugs are bad.
But you know what I like about things right now?
What?
I'm not fucked up.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Like
That's a very positive thing.
Like there's been times in the past where like shitty things happen, and I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, why not get fucked up?
Because that's the first place your mind goes to.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what. I mean, I don't know because I'm not.
Me.
Well, no, I'm not you, sure, but I've also never like had a problem with like substances. So like, but I would think that would be part of the thing that got you there in the first place, right? It was like, fucking, everybody's pissing me off. Today's been a shitty day. Give me some fucking Adderall, like, or whatever.
Yeah. You know what's even more interesting about, like, sure, the bad things are something of a trigger, right? But like the good things were too.
Yeah. It's
like I just got to raise that word. Fuck yeah. Let's get fucked up.
Yeah. It's like Italians with food. Something bad happens, eat. Something good happens, let's eat.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe
that's why we're all so fat.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I'm sure not every Italian is fat. Like Ray Romano seems pretty slim. And everybody loves him. So who knows?
Wait, so quick question. Ray Romano.
Yes.
Is that his actual name?
Yes.
Does he have his actual name in that show?
No. On the show, he's Ray Barone.
That's right. Okay. Never mind.
Deborah. Deborah. I don't do a good. I don't.
That sounds a lot better than your Obama.
First of all, Dwayne, I think you're incorrect. But if you look at the facts, I think you'll see. I don't know.
That was actually. I feel like that was better.
Well, because you challenged me. That's what. Well, I'll always rise to the challenge. Well, not always, because sometimes I'm tired and I'm like, you know what, you win. That's what I don't want.
What other impersonations do you got?
I don't know. Nothing that's really like fantastic. I can do an okay Pacino. Like it's not great, but it's.
I want to hear it.
All right. Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, but don't swallow. It's the goof of all time. He's an absentee landlord. It's not great. It's I was from the Devil's Advocate, but I don't know. It's
I like it.
It's stuff I'm working on. I do better like general voices as opposed to like actual people. Like I can do like accents and things like that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Matt Damon impersonation of Matthew McConaughey?
No.
I'm going to show you this after this show, but it's hilarious. It's like on a who's that? What's his fuck?
What's his fuck?
Yeah.
What's his fuck? I don't know. He starts off slow.
No. It's like, is it Larry King, the live show or
the CNN guy, like the talk show host?
Talk show host,
Larry King, who's 152 years old and has had 32 wives.
Maybe him. Who's another talk show host? David
Letterman. David Letterman, Jay Leno, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
It's an older guy.
Craig Ferguson.
I think it's King.
Probably Larry King.
Larry King. Well, Matt Damon is on set, or not on set. Well, he's on the talk show, and whoever the host of the show is all like, so we hear that you have a really good Matthew McConaughey's impersonation. And he's like, I don't want to brag. And then, all right. So he goes on to he's like, what's the show that Matt Damon and Matthew McConaughey played in together? Do you
absolutely recall? No idea.
There has to be one. I don't remember.
There could, maybe.
But he's like he's on set and he's all like, maybe he was just telling the story how he imagined it would be.
Was he in the Departed? Were they in the Departed together? Who knows? I don't know.
Matthew McConaughey wasn't in the Departed.
No.
I
don't know.
Come on, you're Italian.
So.
That's ridiculous.
That movie's about Irish gangsters. That has nothing to do with Italian people.
Whatever. Anyways, so he's sitting there. I think it might have been how he's like, I imagine this is kind of how it went down whenever they're watching a show. Hold on just a sec. No, none of those. So he's all like, I imagine Matthew McConaughey, he'd walk up to the director and he'd say, I really wish I remembered the name of the director too of the movie that he was.
That's all right. Just folks, Google Matt Damon impersonation of Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
and you'll get a much better idea than the way Dwayne is saying.
Yeah, but I just want to do the impersonation that Matt Damon does. He's all like, you know what? Oh, no, I didn't do it right. I was. I can't do it.
You know who I do a pretty good impersonation of is Dante from like the Adam Sandler movies.
Okay,
like that one guy who's like, "Hey, go Nicky!
Yeah,
look who's back from the dead. Hey, what's up, Mr. Chisel?" I feel like I do a pretty good impression of him, but I feel like he's not like well enough known to like bring that impersonation to this. I feel like 2 or 3 people in the audience would get it, and then that would be it.
Can we play that audio on a podcast?
Producer, is that allowed? What are the rules? What are the podcast rules?
Yeah.
Okay, it's all yours now.
Yeah, this is perfect.
And anything you need by way of setting this up. I mean, you first noticed he was you first noticed he never had his shirt on.
That's
right?
David Letterman.
Yeah, and I don't know. I used to hang out with them when we were broke actors, and so I don't know, man. But what I would say was I would go into the morning, every morning on the set of Ocean's 13 and to Steven Soderbergh, and I'd say, Mr. Soderbergh, today's scene I think would be a good opportunity for me to take my shirt off.